already tardy past my already tardy estimate. And I don't want to get distracted, so let me very first thing get a tweet and a Discord sent, and hello to anyone who is actually already here. Okay. I suppose I kind of need to... Okay. That's done. Let's do a Discord. Discord's where? Discord's over here. I would like to be able to see Discord, please. Oh, still struggling with these windows. No, I'm having so much trouble typing this. Okay, that is sent. And I feel like I'm forgetting something else. I'm at least not muted. That's happened. Let's see here. Amethyst, Caritha, hello. Thank you for joining me. You know, Amethyst, I forget exactly when you left. I did not finish the first one. I did finish the second one. There were 3 of us in the second one, and we just did one line. But I came in third. So, or no, I came in fourth because Dr. Crotron showed up in the middle of the second race and came in and finished ahead of me. So we were sitting there racing, and all of a sudden somebody said, "Hey, wait a minute! Dr. Crotron is streaming something about I'm a ninja sneaking in on the race." So that was fun. And then once he was caught, he joined in the voice chat. Hi, Jackie. I'm not super prepared today. That may or may not have something to do with streaming until like 3 a.m. last night. Tio Toriati, hello. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, I have kind of like a very, very loose idea of like something like maybe brown, orange, gold, Thanksgiving-y colors, and like a simple gradient, which in fact I should have this down here if I'm going to be gradienting. Some Simply Peel. And this shows you how bright the sun is today here. Like, I've got the ring light on and the sun is still casting shadows and sun on my work surface, but we'll see if that's actually in the way once we get to doing something. Hi, Barbie. So, got my Helmers. Well, they're here, which is here. And all my Zoyas are kind of right here. So I think most of my Zoyas are right here. In fact, maybe I should check the drawers on the other side of the room. Like, I just thought that would be something easy to like dig into and find some colors. That's probably loud on microphone. I should have thought about that. Crap. My new Helmers, I've decided not to line with that, anybody that has a Helmer may or may not know what I'm talking about. That, it's like kind of, not spongy exactly, but it's, what the hell is that shit called? Hi, Sunburned. Hi, Music Owl. Yeah, it's pretty here. I don't think it's super cold. I haven't been outside, I'll confess. Music Owl with the 5-month resub. Thank you so much. And I all of a sudden I'm feeling very self-conscious, like I'm kind of hoarse, but thank you so much. I am without words. I'm still without words. If anybody knows which words it is that I need to find to express this feeling of like flattery's part of it, but just like appreciation and awe. So thank you. They do, but Tio, the thing is, when I reorganize my Helmers, I'm going to put brands all together. And in most cases, I have so much that the drawers should be nearly full. And I really validated. That is the word. Like it's a upper level of validation. Like you guys just being here and hanging out is like validation here. But like following and subscribing and all that is like it's a validation puppy pile. It's a puppy pile of validation. Yes, warm and fuzzy, all those things. I'm so glad you guys understand even when I can't like put it into words. But so drawer liners. I mean, they're drawer liners, but I feel like they have another name. The problem I had with those is with some brands, and Zoya in particular, the adhesive that they use for the label on the bottle does not seem to react well with those drawer liners. And sometimes you'll go in there and they'll be almost sticky. Like they're not just not sliding around, they're actually stuck to the liner. And a lot of times I've lost labels because it just like I don't quite understand the reaction, but I'm pretty sure it's because of the liner. So because they will be so full, I don't anticipate a lot of sliding around, but having a little bit of sliding also makes it easier to like kind of slot in and out colors. It's not contact paper, Barbie, because it's not sticky, but it comes in a roll and it's stocked like right next to the contact paper. Sounds so cute. Maybe that's what I should call my community. We're the puppy pile. Except I'm a cat person. So what perfect timing, Beanie. Maybe it's the kitty pile. Hello, yo. Well, excuse you, Beanie. Please don't get me in trouble. No, you can't come up here, buddy. Oh, you're wet. Has the dog been licking you? No, stay there, please. Yeah, it's grippy without being sticky. It's just like a little... You guys all know. Yes, sunburned. The puffy stuff with a little bit of grip. And I mean, that's what it's there for. It's there to prevent polishes from sliding around. And previously all my polish was sorted by color. So I had lots of different brands in drawers together, which meant lots of different shaped bottles, which meant they didn't always, mesh very well. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt, Amethyst. And so now that I'm going to be having all my brands together and all the... Guess who's here? Hi, Beanie. And all the similarly shaped bottles together, I thought that I would at the very least give it a try without that stuff in there and see how it goes. And so far I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's a little bit loud, I realize, but hi. You seem so interested here. He doesn't usually do this. He was doing this last night, too. I was playing Hollow Knight with Beanie on my lap. Hi, buddy. Hello, can we get you back on your chair? Beanie. Off. Thank you. Yes, we love you. Everybody loves Beanie. Everybody says hi. Hi, Luke. Yes, hello, Bean. I'm sorry for the delay, you guys, but Beanie is being rather insistent here that it's time for ear scritches. Let me see if I can get his purring on the microphone. Can you hear him? can we? Hey, look at over here. Hold still, Beanie. Okay. Yeah, look in the camera there. Everybody loves you. They say, oh, what a handsome, great boy that is. What a handsome, great boy. And you can see one of his little bald spots there. You can see it's looking real good. You healed up very good, baby. Yeah. Yeah. He's in a very good mood. Per therapy. Hello, Hirsch-chan. And Fuzzy, hello. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I mean, cat owners know when a cat is this demanding of love, you can't just be like, no. Hi. Aren't you sleepy? Don't you just want to curl up in your chair and take a little nap? Yeah, he's a good boy. What a handsome boy you are. Look at that. Such a handsome man. Oh, sure. I move the camera up, you put your head down. Letting the cats decide when they were done. We're gonna get to nails here in a minute, guys, I promise. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats too, and dogs, actually. But that's what drugs are for. My asthma and allergy doctor, you know, it's one of the questions I ask every time. Are there pets in the house? There certainly are, and there always fucking will be. Alright, let's... Oh, you pieced completely out. You're not just done petting. You're fucking done. Well, bye, Beanie. I guess I feel used, you guys. He completely, like, got all completely loved up and then dipped. Cats. That's why people say cats are assholes. Thank you, Hirsch-chan. He is a handsome boy. That's so funny to me. I mean, I won't always deny it. I mean, cats 100% can be assholes. But I still love cats. Okay. That looks kind of Thanksgiving. I don't know. I suppose some people would call this ASMR. Nail polish bottle ASMR. I think... Ooh, you know, maybe some purple would be nice in there. Even though purple's, like, not a Thanksgiving color. Ooh, I wonder if... Oh, I'm having thoughts and ideas, you guys. Maybe this isn't going to be Thanksgiving-y. But maybe it is. Thanksgiving... inspired? I'm done with you, human. The nail polish bottle noise musical. Oh, yeah. You know, I don't think I'm that allergic either. I don't feel like I've ever swelled up from animals, even before I was on medication. Oh, the Halo Crush. I like that. Not exactly traditional colors, but I like it. Let's see what we have down here. I'm also trying not to, like, knock over anything. Like a gold, or maybe we just want a gold on top. We could do like a real dark real dark gradient and then top it with Gilty. Maybe not this one if we're going to top it with Gilty. Do I have like a cream of a similar shade? Ooh, maybe something like... No, that's actually pretty... Well, this is red and this is brown. Let's probably forget about... I'll still tell you guys names because I know some people are still like, oh my god, wait, what color is that? But I think... Well, we'll need to do some experimenting, of course. I feel like this also maybe could work with like also a lighter cream on this end. Or even the lighter cream and then not the purple. I kind of like the idea of sneaking some purple in there because you guys know purple's the best. The only polish the related thing he complains about. You know, it's just one of those things, everybody has that one sound that is just like, you know, nails on chalkboard, I think is universally, but some people are, you know, can't stand the sound of people popping gum or chewing food. Wait, you came back, but no, come here. Come in your chair. Everybody loves you. Fall-esque, yeah. Yeah, can you just stay right there? Can you settle? No, don't jump on me. I'm doing things here, Bane. See, that's also what and that's why I try to always remember to like list the color sunburn, because it might be something that I don't use for whatever you know, I'm planning, but it's not like it's a bad polish. There's no such thing as a bad polish. Ooh, a smooshy. I hadn't considered a smooshy. I want to do a smooshy again soon, but I think I want to stick with gradient. The sound of children whining. Hello, Anne. I'm with you on that one. I'm 100% with you on that one. Where the heck do I... Okay. See, now I'm running into the problem again of realizing that when I say all my polishes are in here, it's not all my polishes. And then, of course, the one I'm looking for... Oh, wait, though. Maybe this would work? That's really light, though. That would be an abrupt transition. Don't I have, like, something... like... Ooh, like this. Like this. Maybe? Or... like, even just, like, a touch... like a tiddly touch darker? Ooh. Ha! Chops or food? Aimless whistling. See, it's so interesting. Everybody has a different thing. And when you said that, it made me want to aimlessly whistle, but I held myself back. See, we could do like this, or we could go in a direction more like that. Not kind of like this better. This could almost fit like... We'll leave that out to play with. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to go in my other drawers, but maybe not. Maybe we can just get away with this. That's very brown. I don't know if I want to go this brown. No, I don't think I probably do. What else? See, and I'm pretty sure I've used this before. I like this, but if I'm gonna topper the whole thing with Gilty, then I kind of want to stick to using creams for the gradient. But this is a great like Thanksgiving-y fall tone. This is Jinx. I'm telling you right now, because I'm putting it away because it's not gonna be part of the testing. And actually, this is gonna get put away too. This is Marjorie, because this is another sparkly one, and we're not going sparkly. No, probably not that one. Okay, let's let's play with what we have here. Is this? No, I think this is probably too bad. This is going to get put away. This is Louise. I don't want to... Actually, okay. Now sometimes it's a hassle. I really do try to include all the polishes that I mention when I archive the live stream later. Okay. So maybe I shouldn't put them away. We'll just start stacking them in Beanie's chair so that I can include them in the ooh, dry. You know, that actually, I was thinking of like with the fan brush or another brush that had like a very nice curve to it. You could almost do like a dry brush gradient by like starting at different places of the nail, so that like part of it had one layer of dry brush and part of it had like 2 layers of dry brush. That actually is on my mind. But I don't want to have to... Oh, I did not get out the sponges. I don't want to have to do a ton of testing. And I don't want to stream for too long. Hold on. Well, maybe, probably you can still hear me. Yeah. I don't want to stream too late because I may join in the race this evening. There's another bingo. Of course, you know, if this doesn't give me the look that I want, maybe I could. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to experiment if I have a gold right here that's handy. Like, no, probably not you. Like you. Okay. We're going to go over these colors real quick, and then we're going to do some testing. Also, hopefully, real quick. Zoya polishes for your stocking stuffers. Hell yeah. Okay, so we'll just go... Oh, we're not quite all in frame here. We'll stick the 2 golds right here. Okay. This is Calla. This lightest one. Spencer. Chanel. Claire. Marnie. Courtney. And Lydia. And then Goldie and Gilty. And Gilty is, it's actually the actual gold topper, so I'm pretty sparingly with this stuff. Cause yeah, it's fucking gold. It's one of my most expensive polishes. I've got like three different actual gold toppers. And, I mean, they're beautiful. They're pretty cool. Like the way the little gold flakes are just, you know, suspended in there. And it does give like a true metallic-y look that like regular polish just isn't going to give you, as far as like a glitter or something. But man, I don't remember exactly how much it was, because I got it in a set. Because I think it came with a black and a white, since it's intended as a topper. But it was expensive, I recall that. But I wanted it. I wanted to have fucking gold nail polish. Alright, let's camera's still wonky. Still, choosing a new camera for me is a really hard decision. Yeah, Black Friday and Earth Day, I would say, are Zoya's best times. They have really good sales all year long, though. Like that holiday box that they had, the Jubilee box or something. That had a lot of stuff in it, and that was a pretty good deal. I always try to keep an eye out for their deals, and especially, like you said, on Black Friday, which is when I'm planning to get my new camera. I think I'm gonna test with these because they've got seams in them. I'm kind of down to two, and it's like, do I want to sacrifice zoom to get this larger picture sensor? And I really hate to give up the zoom, but I'm kind of thinking that like the main focus is video and picture and color, and the larger picture sensor, to my understanding, is supposed to like give better color to pictures and video. So I feel like I probably should go that route, but then I'm like, I don't know. I go back and forth a couple times every day. $20. I'm trying to remember if they had a sale, like a special when I ordered for them, or if I probably went and ordered enough to get free shipping, and I don't know how much that costs. Probably a lot, because I have like, well, no, wait a minute. No, okay. I think I have at least 6 of those, which might have been enough to get free shipping if it was not a sale. And we're just, I mean, obviously shaking these up before we get started here. Let's, there we go. Make sure Beanie's properly featured here. Hi, Lorca. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I wish there was like a where are you? Go away. Can't you see I'm streaming? Okay. What the fuck was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. I need to start remembering and add that to my mental check boxes. To close Gmail, because it's too stupid to see when I'm streaming and shut up. Okay, today is the 17th. We haven't been in the sketchbook for a couple weeks here, since like the pointy guys. Yeah, I forgot about Cyber Monday, and that's the thing for me too, because the gift card I have is for B&H Photo. So and they actually already have some sales on. I'm like, is this as cheap as this is gonna get? Because like, I'm gonna be kind of irritated if I wait until Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the thing that I'm looking at doesn't fucking get cheaper than it is. It's already on sale, but I would like to have it even be more on sale. And we don't have a bean counter, but we could. But what would we count? How often he comes and leaves, or how often he licks his butt, or how often he jumps in my lap? I don't know. Cat interruptions, because I mean, interruptions could be defined so many ways. Sometimes he starts climbing in the closet, and I have to like interrupt stream and get him out of the closet. Like around in the bottom of the closet, like just messing with stuff. I had a yoga mat stored in there at one time that, like, I went in there and I realized he had destroyed. Just like, when did you even do this? Like, obviously when you creep in there, but I always try to get him out right away. Oh, but I still love him. He's a little bean. I'm the same way, Larka. It's like, I feel like everything should be free shipping now, so I'm always like insulted when it's not. Oh, phones are so expensive. I am right on the border of being forced into getting one. My phone is like 5 years old. I've got a S4, so it's my first and only phone. And I replaced its battery and I got it some more memory, and that stretched it out for a couple more years, but like stuff's starting not to work on it, so so let's start out with these. Marnie, Courtney, and Lydia. I really like that combination. I kind of would like to get one of the browner shades in here also. I'm not ruling out using more than 3 colors, but the whole idea of this was a quick gradient. When you start adding shit, I'm like, there we go. When you start, the more colors you start adding in and the more colors you have to load up on the sponge, it's automatically gonna take longer. So let's just see how this goes here. I really hope that the purple plays nice, because I'm a purple person. I love it. Yeah, I feel like I could get those to gradient pretty good. I've got the second layer. We could probably zoom in a little bit. No, don't move the book, move the camera. We've learned this lesson so many times. Let's see what a second layer looks like. It's a little bit darker than I anticipated. I thought this color would be a little lighter, so maybe I do want to mix in one of the lighter ones. But it's like very vampy. There we go. Sorry, you guys. It's stuff like, you know, this is a failing of my webcam. I don't want to be dealing with stuff like this with my new actual camera. That's why I feel like I need to concentrate on the aspects that are more picture quality and maybe get over my wanting to have oodles of zoom. But it's only got like 4 zoom. I'm like, that just seems so low. Let's try adding Spencer on the end. And the other one I'm looking at too, it's not like it's like a small difference. It's like 10 times difference. It's just not fair. Why can't they just both have everything? Or, I mean, I guess if they both had everything, you wouldn't need to have 2, but I mean, even just looking at that on the sponge, I'm not quite sure, but oh, actually, you know, that might, we're gonna take out Marnie, actually, because you see here, well, it's kind of, do I have an orange stick out? Marnie's this little skinny part right here. I almost feel like I just want to transition right from this to this. So let's snip off this used portion of sponge and try these colors together. Yeah, and the gold over top, either way, whether we do the Gilty or whether we do some kind of dry brushing with the other gold, Goldie, if I recall, is definitely going to soften it up a little bit. I feel like that's almost too light. Well, so then the obvious answer is to try the middle color. The middle color is Chanel. No. I always, like, chipped polish is one of the worst things to me. Like, just take it off. I mean, although I'm also, like, I also always say, don't take it off if you don't have time to put it back on, because your nails are so vulnerable naked. My nails were naked for like a day and I got another break. And that's why right now I have just a base and a top on them. That's why they're shiny. just to protect them a little bit because it's winter and it's horrible. I'm not sure here. Maybe I need to go back to the original very dark idea, which I never even got around to testing out, which was with Claire. I maybe should have picked a whole page for this. I didn't think I would need to do too many tests. So purple. Oops. And then this brownie dark color. Those should be in the other order. Those should be like this. Okay. Oh, the sponge is getting small. Then this one. And then the red at the bottom. Which probably would be red at the cuticle and purple like at the tip. I want to see the second layer on that. Your screen froze when I made that face. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I think everybody has certain things that, I don't know, when something is important to you, I think it's natural to look at the people around you and see if it's important to them. And I feel like a good manicure is important. This is very dark, but I kind of like it. I mean, I could I could try brush blending these together. I got my gradient brush. But like I said, I wasn't trying to do that much testing. I'm not in love with this combination. I'm not sure what I want to... Yeah, this one is my favorite. This darkest one, but I still feel like something. Let's see how this looks with the topper options. So this definitely tends to settle a lot. You can kind of see it's like piled in the bottom. So and it does have a couple of balls in it. So I always, spend a little bit of time rolling it around. I don't shake it so much because it's not, well, maybe shaking it would just work the same. I don't know. I feel like I have, like, sometimes it's almost like the gold is so stuck together that shaking it is not the best option. I guess that works okay too. Either way, like, just like with regular polish, perhaps even more so. And of course, like, when you take the brush out, you can eyeball how much you're getting on there. And we're just going to do a little small test. I mean, I like that. It looks really good with the gold on top of it. We have a little... Oh, look, it's from Candy Corn. Let's get this other gold out here. I actually bought 2 new brush sets. One was like a kind of cheap set and one was a little bit more expensive. But I kind of want to just use my regular fan brush right now because it's handy. This is let's see here. Okay. Because I want to wet the brush a little bit to spike it. There we go. Yeah, they are very similar on camera. And it maybe help a little bit if I... Actually, let's... Okay. They're still very similar. The middle one is kind of a better transition. Like, I think you can really see here, this doesn't look like it's in the right order. So I switched these two for this one. Hi, Dr. Crotron. Grim just happens to be on this page. We're not messing with Grim today. Wait, the time's for what? Oh, that's too much. Oh, yeah, that's too much work thing. I'm getting so behind on chat. I'm trying not to do too much back scrolling because that just gets me more behind. Grim in a pilgrim hat. Oh, wait, I didn't even see Orange Juice come in. Hello. There you are. Hello, Orange Juice. And hello, Dr. Crotron. I don't know if I already said it. Okay, so actually it's drying out, but it's still a little bit spiked. I think it'll look, well, we'll try a small spike and then we'll try a larger spike. Oh, let's try zooming the camera out so we can actually see what's going on here. Okay. So, get a little bit of gold out. And, like, we don't want a lot. We're just trying to, like, literally get some spiky. Or, like, vertically through it. That's not very much gold. Spike, please spike. There we go. Like... Whoops. Oh, I'm totally hitting you guys with the brush and I apologize. Okay, so to actually... Okay, we need some acetone. Cabin Chance. Oh, cabin chances are pretty low, Dr. Crotron. I mean, my other thought was some kind of stamping. Let's, there. Now we can see a little bit. I'll do the zoom in again and maybe it'll let you guys see too. Oh, fuck you, camera. Okay. No. Yeah, fuck you, camera. They're not quite, especially right next to the gold flakes. They're so, like, they're not as blah as they are on camera, but they're kind of blah. I like the gold flakes, but do I have something else that I could use for these streaks? Or maybe some stamping with some gold. Yeah, it was kind of... I thought the top coat would pop it. And the top coat, like, really didn't do it any favors. Like, you can see something is there, but it doesn't even look fucking gold anymore. Oh, you gotta go to work, Caritha. Well, I hope at least your day at work does not suck. I mean, I know that's not like a ringing endorsement, but, you know, some days at work are worse than others. Hopefully it's not a horrible day. Yes, Jackie. And I mean, it's the texture of it too. It's not a smooth texture like your nail. So until you get like several coats, you're not getting like an actual texture like you'd get on your fingernail. And that's why sometimes top coat will help you get a more accurate view of it. Big swirls would be kind of cool. Okay, shit, where's my box of... Okay, hold on. Well, I one day I'll break myself saying that just when I come over here. I want to see if I have a gold stamping polish. Well, what the hell? Where did I put them? Oh, you guys. I need to quit playing Hollow Knight and organize my nail polish. It's like, I know that we had it recently. We were looking at them. Maybe it might still be in these piles over here. Bear with me, you guys. Alright. Oh, yes. Oh, score. Score. Okay. No, I swear I had a... No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Well, I don't even have the thing that I was looking for this that I thought was in here. That's irritating. Okay. Again. Because over here is the Helmer with some of my chrome collections. And I should be able to find a gold that will stamp. Oh, God damn it. Well, this is not good, you guys. I can't find what I'm looking for. I did not find what I was looking for. Using the brush from the gold. I can try that. This might work. It's not gold though. Oh. Oh. Fuck. I just had a thought. Oh, brain. I don't remember. Okay. Note to self. I need to check that. I'm not going to know what this note means later. I think the polish that I'm looking for is a polish that I spilled and I intended to replace, and I don't know if I replaced it. That's... I'm going to have to look into it because I knew that I intended to replace it. I don't know if I ever did replace it. I don't dry brush very often. Can we get... That's not too bad. So, like, you just kind of... No, that was too much. Now there's not enough. Dry brushing is hard, you guys. Like, it seems like one of those things that should be easy. But actually, to get it, like, properly right is kind of hard. See, like, that last couple strokes I kind of liked. And I'm just using this one because this one's not much got room left. Let's see how this looks with top coat. Not great, not horrible. I feel like this gold is very underwhelming with the top coat. But it might just be the application. I wonder... Okay. Hold on. Again. Shit. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. This is great. I want to see how this looks. This feels easier to dry brush with. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I like that. It's got a very, very thin consistency. It's old and chock full of fucking chemicals, I'm sure. Hello, KJ Shadow. Which which line is it? Is it the Hard as Nails line or the Salon line? What do you guys think of that? Let's zoom. I think that might be the solution. Essie Good as... I might have Essie Good as Gold. I really like the streakiness I was able to get with these. Oh, Insta-Dry. I do not have it then. I don't know if I actually have any Insta-Dries. Yeah, I mean, I always feel kind of bad using something that I know people are unable to get for themselves. Because Great is discontinued. I'm trying to think if I have something that's similar. That's what I've heard, and I intended to get some because of that, but then I wasn't stamping, so I couldn't justify going all in and getting a rainbow of stamping polishes from Insta-Dry. couldn't justify. I'm sure I could have if I tried a little harder. I'm just trying to think if there's any other, like, okay. Is this, yeah. Excuse me, Bean. Excuse me, Bean. Let's look in here. Whoa. You probably heard that. In fact, you might be able to see this. This might work. Whoa. And there was much crashing and clashing of nail polish. Oh, no, that's not quite what I want. That actually, okay, so this is like what I've pulled out so far. Let's move the notebook. That's precarious, but hopefully it's okay. Like, this is a pretty shiny one. We've got 25 karat. What is that what it says? No, 24 karat. I thought I was, Jerry coming in with the camera command. And that might be a good call. I mean, I wasn't thinking quite that sparkly, but maybe that sparkly would be good. And this is a rolling in cashmere. Jerry, I lost the second race also. I suck at races. Now why didn't this just come to mind immediately? Of course, I don't know that this is still available either. Ghetto fabulous. I think... Oh, no. Okay, so... If I were a Halo Chrome collection that had not been properly sorted or put away, where would I be? No, I don't blame you, Jerry. I appreciate that you hung around for the first one, because I think even that went a little bit past your normal stream time. Aw, Amethyst. Tech problems. Hi, Ribbons. I already said this probably more than once during the stream. I need to quit freaking playing Hollow Knight and sort my nail polish. They should be so close. I mean, I haven't even finished. I never finished trying the stamping on those. Oh my god, you guys. I suck. BPI. OPI. Okay, hold on. Hold on. How many times in the stream can I ask you guys to please be patient? Oh, this is progress. I think whoa, run away. Hey, it's my stamper. Dang it, no, where are the rest of them? I found 2. Here they are. Okay. Dang it, this is not the rest of them. Are they in here? No, they're not in there. God damn it, you guys, I am so unorganized. I have aspirations of organization. they just never seem to come true. Oh. Well, we're not using that one apparently. See, and yet some things, because I still had golden chrome doors open. Who was it that mentioned Essie, good as gold? I could put my hands directly on it. My portion of shit that's organized is flawless. I can reach into a drawer and pull out a nail polish, like first try. But the part of my collection that's not organized is a fucking disaster. I'm sorry. That was like that's like nail polish collection salt. It's almost as frustrating as losing at a video games. Your collection fits in a small chest of drawers. That's basically what Helmers are. I have 6 of them. And they're not fully stocked yet. Part of my... So, given all that, I'm going to ask you guys. You guys are all responsible adults. You guys surely wouldn't encourage me to do anything foolish. Should I join this race tonight? Or should I stay in my lane and organize my shit? Alright. Where'd the notebook go here? So, I think I named these, but just in case, this is Misa Ghetto Fabulous. Stamps, lovely. Essie, good as gold. OPI, Rollin' in Cashmere, and China Glaze, 24K. Oh no, these Zoyas are still open. Let's close these before there's a disaster. Yes, race. Yes, race. Race. Well, I've been reliably informed by several super responsible adults that I should race tonight. All right, you guys, that means we need to get our asses in gear and fucking do a manicure. I love you guys. I wanted to race. I need to eat before though. Okay. We're gonna just... That's okay. Passable. And we're not even gonna immediately decide right after this. Okay. You're not doing what I want you to do. That was the Misa. And we're basically just testing how these... Oh, we're kind of far away, aren't we? How these stroke. This was the Essie. This was the Misa. This was the China Glaze OMG. Whoa, that was way too much polish. That was my fault. That wasn't the polish's fault. Gotta be careful not to do that once I get started on a manicure. No, not liking that either. Like some are just easier, it seems like, to get the right amount of polish on depending on the polish's formula. So it's really just selfish. You're just using me as entertainment value on your own stream, Jerry. See, I don't like that one either. Okay, let's see what this Essie looks like. Top coated. I feel like the Essie is not gold enough. How is... okay, hold on. Like, and these are over, like, the slightly wrong colors. We're going to be going with this darkest combination. I kind of want to... I kind of really like the very warm yellow gold that Ghetto Fabulous gives. I feel like that would go really well over this darkest gradient. Not quite as bright as this. I don't think I have anything that would result in that in a polish. You'd go with the organization. I kind of want to try stamping something with Ghetto Fabulous, but I don't know what. Okay. We're gonna quickly browse plates here. If we see something we like, we're gonna give that a try. Otherwise, we're gonna go with Gilty, I think. You like Great best. I like Great a lot too. Oh, look, it could help me with my little randomy slashy crossy lines. Or a little crackly design. It's not quite what I want, though. Artist 01 plate, that was. I wish I had some, like... something that was reminiscent of feathers. Like, not like... well, of course everyone, Doc. Plus, I got to race with you last night. I mean, for like a second. Jerry, did you know? Did you know we were sitting there and all of a sudden somebody's like, oh, hey, Dr. Crotron is streaming and his stream title is something about being a ninja and hopping in secretly on a bingo race. And then we look and he's like coming from nowhere and like using his ridiculous 106% skills to cheaty path his way through the whole game. And once we caught him, he joined in the voice chat. You saw the notification when you got up this morning. Yeah, once we caught him, he joined us in the voice chat. Where? Okay. I was gonna say, this is not all my plates. Where are the rest of my plates? And he still beat me. He started like an hour late. And he still beat me. Whoa. Just stay right there, plates. Whoa. I'm not feeling any of these. Oh, you're in here backwards. A part of me is tempted to do this, but I don't want to cover up so much of the gradient. You know? If it were reversed, because the area that appears, you know, what do I want to say, frosty, that's the stamping area. So this would be majority gold on the nail, and I don't want that much gold. If it was reversed the other way and the little skinnier spirals were the stamping pattern, I think that might be it. But it's not, so it's not. And that's Gothic 03. Huh. I feel like that could look kind of cool. I feel like that would be a hassle to pick up, though. No, you know what? If I'm really trying to go for an easy manicure, I should just either dry brush it with Great or just plainly top coat it with Gilty. And we don't have to decide that right away. And I think I was doing my testing with those other sponges, but I think I'm going to use the nice airy ones because I feel like they make it easier to get a good blend. Beanie is apparently completely used to the sound of clinking manicure bottles. Okay, let's just toss this over here. You can go back in here. We're going to need this. We're probably going to need some tweezers. Some sponges. Let's get out 4 just in case. Probably I'll only need 2. I like Gilty a lot. I just like I like how very bright it is against the darkness of the gradient. I wonder if I should use a base color, if I should just go right fucking for it. You know, it really, it pops. It's very bold. Even, this is like a completely different, I mean, I really like great. This is great with and without top coat. But it's not as, I mean, bright is not enough of a word, but, oh, I forgot. I've got clear on my nails. I need to take this off before we can possibly get started. All right. And like when I just have like a top coat and a base coat on, I don't usually soak remove. I just, you know, old-fashioned way remove. Like if I have a full plain manicure on without peel-off base coat, I will soak, but without foil. I'll just like stick the cotton on my nails. And for anybody that's wondering, this is my other break right here on my right ring finger. I don't know what even to say. And that reinforced silk wrap patch that we put on my middle finger last week failed. I have a strong feeling I'm going to lose that nail. And then we'll just have to see what to do. I repaired it again. It's looking pretty good. And that's part of what prompted me to put on the clear coat. Was, as I have told you guys repeatedly, wearing a patch without anything on top of it can lead to the patch degrading. And I blame it a lot on that. It's a lot my own fault. It's not the patch's fault. I know that I got too much water on it because usually when I do that technique with the silk and the gel, it's a bitch to soak off. And the silk actually peeled off. What the hell are you doing out there? It sounds like a motorcycle, but it's too fucking cold for that shit, so it has to be some hyped up little car. P.S. also, yo, it's without the U. Because it's gold, you know. Yeah, it used to happen to me a lot, Sunburnt, when I would put down the silk first and then apply the glue or gel over it. That was the first time I've had it happen to me since I started applying the silk patch onto the wet gel. Usually that wet gel really bonds it on there. This time I just... I mean, it wasn't even that long, but part of it was like the feather manicure did not last very long. I wanted to talk about that, so I'm glad we've come around to it in a roundabout sort of way. There are several things I would definitely do better next time. Number one is like find portions of the feathers without such stiff shafts. And number two is wherever you have an edge or wherever that end of the shaft is, you have to give that a lot of attention. There were just, at the cuticle, so many little catchy spots. And like after the fact, I even realized in some cases, I was like, you know, I could have really gotten the top coat in and around here a little bit better. And when you have catchy spots and peel off base coat, guess what happens? You get caught and it just is like, boop. And so that's what happened with that. So I think I took that off, what was left, Tuesday, and then didn't have anything on my nails for several days, and then realized that my patch was failed and I had another break, and repaired those and just put the clear and the base on, since I at that point I just didn't have time for anything else. So that's what happened with all of that. The story thus far. Excuse me. Let's get a fresh paper towel. The other reason, of course, you guys, that I don't want to get into anything too involved in the tutorials is my camera's broken, as we were discussing earlier. It's in the works for me to get a new one. It's one of those situations where the best option is not really the option that I want. And I think that's kind of my problem. I don't really feel like trimming the sponges today. They're a little bit longer than my nails, but I'm just gonna probably end up with a little bit of overlap, and that'll help to even get a little bit more of a blend. I'm just too lazy right at the moment. I think anybody that's had a camera knows that feeling of seeing something and being like, ooh, I want to take that picture. Zoom. And your zoom's like, zzz, and you want to be like, you know what I mean? So a part of me is like, well, maybe I need to get a separate camera for recording, and a separate camera is like my taken out camera. But that's like a whole money thing, because cameras aren't free. Or keeping this one as my taken out camera and just letting it beat around in my purse. But I mean, I don't know how much longer it's going to stay functional, even for taking pictures. So there's that. Let's, here we go. Let's clean off the nails. Acetone. Make sure everything's good, dry, no residue. Hey, you know, you can... I kind of forgot when I was tracking the growing out of that, that bullseye that I had on my nail. I think it's just about at the tips of my nails now. It's very faint. It's hard to see. That was so weird how those rhinestones ended up doing that. Jackie. You like the separate lenses. Yeah, see, the lenses, that's another thing, son. Well, number one, the lenses intimidate the hell out of me. Number one. Number two, every lens is like another separate expense. Number three, I don't think that my current like recording setup would handle the weight of a DSLR. And number three, I know I can't just tuck that bad boy in my purse and go. I really like, there's a, the second one I'm looking at is a point and shoot with 40 times zoom, which just seems ridiculous. And it depends on what you're looking for in the video. The one with the more zoom actually shoots in 4K, but like I don't really have any intention of shooting in 4K. While the one with the less zoom has a larger picture sensor, which I was like, well, what is even the big deal of having a 1-inch CMOS or whatever the hell it is? But the zoom is just stopping me, and it was like, from what I've learned about the image sensor stat, if you want to call it that, it's an important one. I'm thinking it's the main reason that one is the more expensive camera, even though it's got bogus zoom. There's a part of me that just, like, my camera right now has 12 zoom. So to go down to 4 just hurts my heart a little bit. Man, don't say it won't happen. You never know. You never know. I think it was Casey Neistat, which some people may know from YouTube. Okay, hold on, you guys. It's got like rolled way behind my monitor, because apparently I haven't used it lately. The best camera is the one you have, and like a lot of photography skills are not completely based on the camera. I mean, at a certain point, it just gets ridiculous. Like, how many really megapixels do you freaking need? Like, I feel like some of my best pictures were pictures I took on the camera I had before this one, and it was, I mean, comparatively speaking, a piece of crap. Hell yeah, see, sunburn? And you do something that, I feel like every time you do something you weren't quite sure you were capable to do, you realize that that could be possible in other areas too. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't think you could make it to the second round. Who's to say you can't make it farther than that? And just knowing, like I said, you know, composition and how to frame stuff up and angles and, you know, basic photography basics. Somebody with a fancy camera isn't going to know that shit. Well, I mean, I suppose they might also, but it's not all about the fancy camera. But the one thing is, I mean, we've had this discussion even just between the webcam and my tutorial camera. There are some things that are out of your control and dependent on your technology, like especially capturing colors. That is consistently something that I struggle with, and it's different with every camera, and it's different in different situations. It's different in different lighting. Purples, for example, are frequently really hard to capture. Look at this one. It looks almost black till I frame it up. Then it looks purple, but it's much bluer on camera than it is in person. Weird stuff like that, or the fact that all these are so dark, and then the camera with the white napkin like can't even barely handle it. But if you block out some of the napkin, then you can start to see their real colors. Those kind of camera limitations can be frustrating. Hey, those cats deserve your skills. Best photo subjects. Indiana Jones, Spider-Man, a dog, a cat, a circus performer. Oh. Yeah, I just need something with like a hole cut out of it. It usually works pretty good if I just remember, like, okay, so if we're looking at these and they're like kind of struggling, but if I were to zoom in a little bit more and get rid of more of the white, you kind of start to see the colors. Dark colors and super like shiny or reflective colors like hollows and stuff seem to be one of the weaknesses of the webcam, and particularly with the ring light, which already tends to wash stuff out. So we're gonna record a tutorial. We're gonna hope for at least 1 minute segment of videos, 1 minute long segments of, well, you guys know. You guys have been here through the whole debacle. How often do you get to use that word? Oh, don't get twitchy on me. That's the worst part. It's like you'll be going and then the lens will, you know, you're not moving, but the lens is making it appear like that. Super, super frustrating, especially when I'm trying to, you know, obviously frame my hand. Oops. Why are you on that setting? Whoa. The sounds this thing just made. Sometimes turning it on and off helps a little bit whenever it's... Come on here. I bet there's some little gear or little belt or little something in there that's just almost worn just completely out. That's what it seems like it has to be. All right. Please focus. If it stops focusing, then we're just fucked. Starting off with clean, dry nails, we're going to begin with a base coat. Today I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base, and you can use whichever is your personal favorite. Try to put a little bit more effort into my serious voice, see if I can get past this vocal fry. My mom was like, stop talking like that. Well, she didn't say it like that, but she hates the vocal fry because, like, there have been studies that show that in some cases people are, like, intentionally, doing that to their voice, where in my case I'm just happen to be hoarse. But, like, if I concentrate and, like, I don't know, tighten up my diaphragm or whatever, I feel like I can somewhat alleviate it. Try to do that when I'm recording. Unfortunately, I can't keep it completely up for a multi-hours long stream. And I don't know how streamers that do even longer than me, like on a regular basis, like manage to keep their voice up. Like, I have had some long streams lately, but there are some people. I mean, like Jerry, you stream like 8 hours a day, seven days a week. How do you keep your voice from getting like this? Twitchy on Twitch. Very bad for your vocal cords. Yeah, I've heard that too. What is this little fuzz? Oh, it's a little piece of dried peel off base coat sticking to my brush. Vocal hygiene. That's such a weird combination of words. So, would good vocal hygiene being shutting the fuck up when my voice is doing this, or forcing myself to speak with a more firm diaphragm to try and work past the vocal fry? What are vocal cords? Are they like tendons? I have no clue. Like, I literally don't. Like, I can feel that, like, I feel like I'm talking almost in a cartoon voice, though, if I like do the internal things that I need to do to get the fry out of my voice right now. Like, I'm like I don't know. Let's get these open. Oh, I should probably decide now, because I'm going to be going over the polishes that I'm using. I think I'm going to go with Gilty, because I love how bright it is, and because I think it's the more consistent option. So I'm sorry for anybody that was looking forward to seeing great, but I think I'm going to go with Gilty. Also, that little OCD part of me really likes being able to stick all Zoya. I like to either do all Zoya or like every single color a different brand. What even is that? Oh, I should have mentioned I'm doing some Simply Peel too. Well, should have. I haven't mentioned anything yet. Yeah, but I haven't lost it, Jack. I mean, is it a sign that I'm about to lose it? I have lost my voice on a couple occasions. Using moderate volume. So probably like screaming at video games music gal is not the best. I know there will be salt and rage if I join this bingo race tonight, which is in about 4 hours. I need some time in between stream to eat, so I guess we better hurry up with this manicure. Definitely not. Alright. Oh, we're not. Were we? There. That's better. Sorry, guys. That meant I was out of frame last time. The polishes that I'm going to be using today are from Zoya. For the gradient, I'll be using Lydia, Claire, and Courtney. Then I'll be topping those 3 with Gilty. But before I apply any polish, I'm going to protect around my nails using Simply Peel. And camera's probably, well, we got 30 seconds. Maybe. Ooh, we've got a little goober on the end here. We should probably get rid of that, so he doesn't breed additional goobers. Oh, he came off on his own. Oh, see, there goes the camera. We did get one finger, I think, recorded, so that's fine. I don't know, maybe people will like a little bit shorter tutorials. I usually like to show at least 2 fingers of everything, and sometimes more for the parts that I feel like are interesting or are like soothing to watch. I don't know. It's kind of the opposite of like some of the super quick like Instagram style tutorials, which are just like, you know, 1 finger close up, zoomed in, one and done of the design. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys prefer seeing more than 1 nail? Or if you want to see more than 1 nail, you just back the video up and watch it again? I especially like showing more than 1 for stuff like water marbles, because water marbles are all different. So even if I don't show like all 10 fingers or whatever, I like to show that some variation is normal and expected. And yeah, I am just going to go ahead and do both hands at the same time, and this may or may not be a problem. Hydration. I do try to stay hydrated. Although I did notice last night, although I drank most of my tea, I don't think I touched my water a single time during the race. And I know that water is the best hydrator. I mean, I completely solved that problem once we were done racing. It was like glug, 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 glug. You want to see all the nails? See, that's what I feel like. I feel like showing like a couple is a compromise, because there are some people that want to see everything, and there's some people that just want to hurry everything. So I feel like doing several is a compromise a little bit. And also, props to you, yo, for folding laundry. I like I said, I have aspirations of organization, but I mean, I kind of suck at it sometimes. Like, I'll have a pile of socks, and it's like, oh, I need to match those socks up, you know, and put them in my sock box. And I'm calling it a sock box because I don't know what else to call it. It's one of those, it's in my dresser, but it's a dresser with shelves, so it's one of those like fabric boxes from Target. But like, that pile will sit there, and it's not like it's far away. Like, it's within reach when I'm sitting here, you know, watching Twitch. Do you know how long I will let those socks sit there? Till I need some damn socks. I'm gonna open this up for later. Vocal hygiene. Did you open? There you are. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. The first thing I see, which is excellent advice. I mean, it is. Let's do it. Let's have some refreshing, cool water. I do love a good cold drink of water. Like, I know some people actually really don't like drinking water. I feel bad for those people. Of course, some people don't have good water, but as you all know from my water marble videos, this household has a Brita pitcher. Not necessarily matching, but the like my socks are for the most part almost all the same, but like they're different ages, so like the pairs need to have matching worn out elasticity, so that when I put them on, I don't have one sock that's like saggy and one sock that's gripping on me. Like either could be fine at a given time, but they need to match, like for my personal comfort. Throat clearing can be harmful. Oh my god. Swallowing repeatedly to clear the throat. I don't know if that ever works for me. I'm constantly clearing my throat, especially when I'm tutorial recording. I think I probably do it less just when I'm streaming, but when I do tutorials, it's like almost out of habit that each time I press record before I speak, I clear my throat. Like that. Also, I'm sure my throat has all kinds of gooiness because of how much cream and sugar I put in my tea. And I know that milk is like the worst. Milk and cream and ice cream and all dairy product things are the worst thing for like phlegm and things like that. The church choir director, whenever they have like a concert or something, she's like, don't be eating any ice cream. Day before the concert, don't be eating a bunch of cereal. See, there I go. I just cleared my throat for no particular reason. I didn't even say anything. I'm going to be so hyper conscious of that now. Music out. All right, we're almost dry here. That's what we're waiting for anybody that's wondering. We're waiting for the Simply Peel to go fully transparent, which means it is fully dry. Left hand is just about dry. Right hand is a little bit slower, but it's also just about dry. And then we're going to get to the actual gradienting. Is that a word? It is now. Actually going to get these bottles open here. And I'm going right in. I'm not doing a base color. I may regret this. I probably will regret this. Odds are very much in favor of me regretting this. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, so we're going to want to go like this. So we're going to want to load that way. And like I said before, like it's easier when the sponge is the same length as your finger. In this case, like it's very much longer than my pinky. It's longer than most of my nails. So there will be some overhang. I'm going to try and remind myself that like I don't have to go all the way to the edge of the sponge when I'm applying colors, but I probably will fail. Probably will fail. Yeah, thank you, Sunburn, because I was like, shit, what did I literally, streaming is almost like stream of consciousness also. Oh, come on here, camera. Like, the way that I stream is by, like, taking off, like, 90% of the guard that's usually on my tongue and letting, like, whoa. You know, what I'm thinking just kind of comes out of my mouth. And so a lot of times, I don't remember what I said 2 sentences ago, let alone 2 minutes ago. Okay, camera, come on. I've got a sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply the colors. Decide which color you want at the tip and which color you want closer to the cuticle. Have a little bit of overlap on the sponge, and that will help the colors to blend on your nail as well. Probably will need 2 or 3 coats, and after the final coat, go ahead and remove the latex. Actually, maybe I won't regret it. That was a weird little thing. Get off of there. And there went the camera. I don't know if you guys can quite hear that when it's like turning itself off, but it did get me 2 fingers worth. Well, since I did them both with the same sponge, probably wouldn't have lasted through another application. I mean, it's very juicy and fairly opaque. I mean, for just a coat. I think this will be fine. Oh, come on here. Trying to get a goodly amount of the purple here. And as you see, I'm able to do like 2 nails with each sponge. That's one of the things I find I can do more with this slightly more porous sponge. Is do multiple fingers, and then since the thumb is by itself, sometimes I do get bubbles, so be careful, kind of be mindful of that, but you can also kind of go back and touch up any of the other nails. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to move on to my other hand. What am I stuck on here? Alrighty. It's like so many things, the bubbles are like a downside and everything else about it is more of an upside. But it is definitely something to be mindful of. Oh, this is awkward. And this is also what I was saying about like finding a comfortable way to hold your sponge. For whatever reason, holding this sponge like this in my left hand is not as comfortable. If it's too awkward, you might even want to start a new spot on the sponge. Because, you know, the sponge is, it's an angled triangle. So for me, holding it like that is more comfortable than holding it like that. I don't know if that showed very well or made sense, but I mean, if you have one and pick it up, you'll understand immediately what I mean. All right. I feel like that's still so juicy, I almost could go right into my thumb, but I'm going to add a little bit more. And you don't want your sponge to start drying out. If your sponge starts drying out and the polish on the sponge gets like starting to dry and tacky, it'll start picking up the polish on your nail. Instead of laying down polish. Sorry, this is an awkward angle. I know I'm not on camera. Yeah, maybe just a little touch up there. And some of the bubbles will settle out on their own. There. So let's... It's looking very dark on camera. The color gradient is a little bit more obvious in person. Hopefully it'll show up a little bit better once I finish it. Or maybe once I... There we go. Like I said, that white napkin just does not agree. Alright, let's go right into this second coat. We'll see if we need 3. I'm really not sure right now how it'll look after a second coat. And I'm pretty heavy-handed applying polish to the sponge, especially when I know I'm aiming to do 2 nails per sponge, which greatly speeds up a gradient, by the way. If you have to just imagine doing this half as many times, you know what I mean? Oh. Might even be able to get 3 nails out of this. So juicy. Yeah, this is nice. Then this is only, I mean, comparatively speaking, oops, there we go. 2 sponges per nail versus 5 sponges per nail. The equivalent would be like when water marbling, if you're able to dip 2 fingers versus just 1 in each cup. The doing of the bullseye is the real time sink in water marbling. Similarly, the doing of the sponge is what takes most time in gradients usually. Oops, I should have left that alone. We're getting a little bit sticky here. Just add a little bit more purple there. Alright. And adding a lot of polish also helps with the stickiness problem because you're adding a lot of fresh, wet polish. So even if there is like a sticky layer under that, as long as you have enough thin, wet polish on the top, it'll still transfer decently. Oops. Got that with the corner of the this corner of the sponge. Gotta be careful with that. That actually worked a little bit better. The way I kind of put my hand flat on the flat but at a different angle than before, that actually worked a little bit better as far as holding the sponge and getting the angle that I really want to get. And for the third and final layer, I think I probably will do a new sponge, because like I said, this one is starting to get a little sticky. Yeah, very dark and nice. What do you guys think? Might be too dark for some people. That's what I expect the comments to. Oh, it's nice, but I wish it wasn't quite so dark. I love it. I love dark manicures. Plus, it's not this dark. It's this dark. You know, you can still see that purple. I mean, it's like the main thing is the kind of maroon center, and then it fades towards more of a red at the cuticle and more of a purple at the tips. That gilt is really gonna pop over the top of this. And like I said, we are gonna do one more coat. I'm giving this time to get like a little bit drier, and then we'll start a fresh sponge, because this is really the point where you can ooh, that sun is like ping right in my eyeball right there. This is the point where you can really frustrate and disappoint yourself if your sponge starts to get really like sticky, because this sponge, I mean, how long ago was the first layer that it's been drying on this sponge? And anybody that watches Bob Ross, a thin paint will always stick to a thick paint. So if your sponge becomes the thick paint, it'll start pulling the color off of your nail, and all of a sudden, instead of a nearly opaque, nearly finished gradient, you've got a gradient with this weird bald patch in the middle of it. Yeah. And really, the more I look at this, and the more I think about this, and the more I think about how important color is, it's kind of making my camera decision for me. So now I just have to decide, bite the bullet and do it now, or cross my fingers and hope for an even cheaper sale Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Firefox forced an update right in the middle. I hate programs that do not give you a choice in when to update. Pet peeves. Another pet peeve, people that say number 1 when there's no number 2. I just realized the other day that it was it was a pet peeve of mine. He's got like his back foot up here underneath his ear, And then he's like hugging his own feet. Yeah, he's pretty adorable today. He's snoozing out hard. All right, I'm getting impatience is your enemy in nail art, and I am by turns super patient and super impatient. And whenever I'm impatient, I always pay for it. So let's not be impatient with this. And two, the bubbles that sometimes are popping should be smoothed out by the top coat, or possibly by the last layer of sponging. It's kind of interesting because in most of the nails, the bubbling is more at the tips with the purple. I mean, I did shake all these. Maybe I shouldn't have, because I kind of thought that sponging would take out, the act of stroking on the sponge and the act of sponging would stroke out any bubbles that got stuck in there. But maybe that was an unwise decision and something I should have known better. Well, I swear to God, he knows he's on camera. And he definitely knows. Like, I tell him, I'm like, come on, it's time to go stream. And he runs upstairs. Okay, third coat incoming. And then, as long as this looks good, we're going to be peeling off that latex. Oops, not that close. Alrighty. I'm always a little bit trepidation starting a new sponge. It's like I don't want to get the proportions of my gradient incorrect. That's why I try to use the initial sponge as long as possible. You know what I mean? Because that you just go right on top of where you already were. You don't have to worry about starting fresh again. Alright, so just going over that, making sure it's opaque and even. Like, evenness is the most important thing. I actually, you know what? This wasn't loaded enough. I'm adding even some more. Oh, you fucking camera. Well, we'll have to just edit it together. Let me finish loading this. Like, I want the last layer to be really nice and juicy. And make sure that it's like fully opaque. And sometimes that's hard to do on your first application to the sponge because the sponge is trying to suck it up. So I shouldn't have to probably do that on the next nails. Where's our edge here? There we go. Ooh. And where's our edge here? Come on here, give me a decent peel, please. There we go. Okay, that worked-ish. I mean, it could have worked better, certainly. There we go. Nice, thick amount of polish. Because I don't want to do a fourth layer. I'm too lazy for that. So we gotta make sure this is nice and fully opaque. And if we'd been doing one of the like dry brush streaky methods, this might not be as important because any place where we discovered it wasn't quite fully opaque, well, we could just put some streaks over. You know? But in this case, no, see, even this, it's like, maybe I should only be doing one nail per on this last one. Maybe that's why I'm running slightly short of polish. I just don't want any areas that are going to try and piss me off. Because if this cooperates, I'll keep this on till Thanksgiving. because I think I'm going to like the finished look. The purple tip is what's getting me. So I'm just going to add strictly some purple. Sometimes, too, it's hard. You don't want to, like, get a line where the gradient is not blended. Now I'm doing more harm than good. I can't stop, though. It needs to be opaque. Please just go right on there. Maybe I can even... There we go. Secrets, y'all. In fact, let's just wrap the whole tip purple. That's where the problem is. All right, now let's find our edge. This one is going to have some extra cleanup. I went over the edge. I can't even see where the edge is. Alrighty. And thumb. And that's not quite to the level of like nail polish surgery, but sometimes when you're doing a gradient, there's just like one spot that fucking won't cooperate. And you just got to figure out a way to make it cooperate and still blend in with the rest of the gradient. See, like the thumb, we didn't have any really truly problems with opacity at the tip. These seem to be pretty good though now. God, it's so dark. Where? Yeah. Come here. Okay. Ooh, get off of there. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt getting the latex off of the tweezers too. But I don't know another good solution to get it off. I mean, I don't want to use my wet nails, obviously. Cake does sound delicious. Yeah, I know what you mean, Amethyst. It's like, that's... And I was talking about pet peeves earlier, but that's another one of mine. Like, don't interpret why you think I'm asking the question. Can you just answer my question? Because you're probably wrong about why I'm asking it. Like, don't make assumptions. Alright, whoops, oops, I hope that wasn't bad. I knocked into a polish. And on these, instead of painting the tip, I am going to just like go like this. Because usually we wrap the tip when we're painting. Okay, it's fine. I like bashed into a bottle of polish. I thought I might have left a dent. Usually we wrap the tips when we're painting, and it's a little hard. If you do a base color, you can wrap the tips with the base color. But it's also a good idea to wrap the tips with the color of the gradient that's at the tip. Because then if you're not using a base color, obviously then the tip is wrapped, and if you're using a base color, then the very tip of your nail isn't a different color than the tip top of your nail, if that makes sense. Okay. And I'm just doing one nail at a time here because we've learned our lesson apparently. Last coat needs all the attention. And it's frustrating because I feel like I have enough to do more, but we've already learned that that's a misleading feeling. Caramel apple pie, hell yeah. I have cookie dough. Because the cupcake place sells cookie dough. And some of their cupcakes are awesome too, but cookie dough is kind of best. Alright. There. Okay, I'm going for it. Is it a mistake? No, wasn't a mistake. Yay. Or was it? I see. Dang it, it was. I mean, it's a fixable mistake, but it's just not quite enough. So I would say that this is really almost 4 layers of gradient and 3 layers, because I did those little touch-ups on the first layer too, if you remember, with some of the juicier sponges. And sometimes I'll say stuff like, oh, a layer and a half. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not actually a full other layer, but you're going back to a nail that's already been sponged and doing a little bit of extra sponging on it before you do, like, the actual full next layer. Or a little bit of real targeted sponging. Like, if you see one particular color out of the gradient is not as opaque as you want, and it needs a little bit of extra oomph. Usually, in that case, if I can see during testing that a color is like that, then that's the color that gets to be the base color, because that gives it another layer automatically. Alright, doing the thumb, not on camera, my apologies, etc. Gotta make sure I don't, like, swing my braid into this or knock this finger directly on the fucking thing. Let's just fix this right now. There. Everything is fine. This is fine. This is fine. And I'm trying to stop. God damn it. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see the peel, because I know that's really satisfying for some people. We've got that little dent right there. See if I can just... That's a little better, but now we done took some off of the purple. Gotta fill that in. There we go. Alright. Repaired-ish. And you see, too, how you can see the texture on the thumb. How smooth it is where I was initially sponging versus how slightly more textured it is where I tried to repair it. That's mainly due to not having added fresh polish, and the drier polish leaves more of a textured thing. Top coat will smooth it all out, Musical. Yeah, no, it's like, you know, whenever I'm eating dinner with somebody else, it's like, you know, I just want to know so I can, like, plan. Or like weekly at Grandma's house, like sometimes she gets cravings for weird stuff. I'm like, if Grandma wants, you know, liver and onions, fine, we can have liver and onions for dinner, but, like, please let me know so I can, like, fucking grab a sandwich. I know, Amethyst. I gotta tell myself, this one will be okay. That little dent, it'll be unnoticeable, especially once we stick some gold up in here. Oh, god damn it. Okay, these are really wet. I just smudged the tip of this again. Right there. These are wetter than I usually expect for a gradient, I think, partly because of all this messing around I've done with the purple on the tips. But the purple on the tips has been kind of surprisingly... what is the word? My vocabulary is just deteriorating, you guys. I apologize. I cannot. I feel like I'm doing this all the time. Like, what word am I thinking of? Persnickety, but that's not the word. Once you've removed the latex, go ahead and clean up around the edges. Then I'm going to add a layer of Gilty and finish off with top coat. Probably going to need some more acetone for this cleanup, because these colors are, this red is something that could be a problem if not treated very carefully. Oops, you're doing your thing, aren't you, camera? I can tell when it makes this little grindy sound that it's twitching. Oh, I just heard a little bean snore. It was adorable. He's like so knocked out. It's really hard at this angle sometimes to get close to the cuticle. Wow, camera's still hanging in there. 1 minute, 36 seconds. It's amazing. Even with that little bit of twitching it was doing. And since it, oh, there it goes. And I mean, and since it does still, I mean, like I said, it still works. I feel like maybe I would be able to get away with using it for my pictures camera for a while more and just use my new one for videos. But then again, on the other hand, if it's that much better, probably I'm gonna be like, well, this one's not great other than the zoom. But also, like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna, I mean, whenever I get new stuff, I'm kind of like, you know, you don't want to break it. I don't know if I want to carry my new camera just like around in my purse, even if I have a case. I mean, like this one, it has a case. It hasn't used its case in a pretty long time. Let's get some more acetone here. Yeah, red, glitter, black. This is the one that didn't have quite enough latex or had a little bit too aggressive a sponging. And Q-tips are good because, like you see, they grab up that color. They don't just float around on your skin like the brush sometimes can. Like I try to wipe it on the napkin, as you can see, instead of just letting that pigment sit on your skin. But yeah, it can be a little bit of a challenge. You can get these little corner areas where sometimes it's hard to quite get the latex, like right there. Ugh. Cleanup. Sometimes cleanup is nice because it's like it's super satisfying, and other times it's just like, you know, I'm just ready to do top coat. I wish this cleanup was over. And I'm almost to that point, but I have to appreciate that this cleanup is really not going badly. I mean, sometimes, like, you'll get into it. They're not all created equal. Like, and it's not just that some colors are harder than others. It's like, I don't know, sometimes it just takes forever and a half to clean up a design that doesn't seem like it should be that much cleanup. And some like this, like I thought I would have quite a bit of trouble because of so many dark colors, is really not going badly. Yeah, that'll be good for now. Finish up with the brush. And what kind of cleanup brush? I mean, I like this fairly wide and flat one. I tried an angled one and I didn't like it, but you might like an angled one. It doesn't matter. It's your world. I watch way too much Bob Ross. Of course, maybe that's like an oxymoron. There's probably not any such thing in the world as too much Bob Ross. Never too much. He's so good. The chat is absolutely ridiculous, and sometimes that's entertaining too. Like the other day, oh my god, you know, the chat's always like, you know, oh, cabin percent. So whenever he starts to do a building, but the other day he did one for New York and he did a freaking skyscraper. People were losing their shit. Or, you know, he'll do like a barn or a water wheel, and they're like, oh, wait, is a water wheel a cabin? Is a barn a large cabin? Is a skyscraper a metal cabin? All right, that thumb's looking nice and clean. The rest of these cuticles need work when compared to that. And some little bit of pigment left over on your skin, I mean, will just wash away when you wash your hands. So I always keep that in mind also. But stuff that gets like down into, like deep into your cuticle, sometimes you can trap that in there with your top coat. If you're sloppy, like I am. And so I really try to make sure those areas are tidy. Is this? Oh, I am on camera-ish. It's like I feel like I'm at kind of a weird camera angle. And it is. Yeah, I and sometimes like I do feel that. Anne. And then I'm like, well, but I really would like to do this. You got to be in the mood for it though. Just like smooshies to me are always a worse cleanup than a gradient, even though I mean you use latex and it doesn't seem like it should be that much different. To me, smooshies are always worse cleanup than a gradient. Of course, too, in hindsight, although we didn't do any testing, these colors are so dark and so similar, I don't think they would have been a good choice for a gradient. We definitely would have needed done more or different color testing and find something that's like a gold that would work in a smooshie with this. Maybe even like Ghetto Fabulous would have been good. But like a real bright gold to really pop it out. And maybe a brighter red instead of or in addition to the dark red. Because sometimes with the smooshie, if you have a couple similar colors and then like a really contrasting color, that's cool too, because the similarity in colors add depth and then the contrast adds like detail. And I don't think I said aloud, but I love that Pixel Bob Ross. I don't know how long that emote has existed because I only recently discovered it. But it's now one of my favorites. Okay, let's a little bit more right here in these corners. And like you can see on the undersides, like where I wrap the tips, like if you have too much, like here on the pinky, you can, you know, just do like that. And the Q-tip will clean it out of the underside, but your tips should remain wrapped. So your this tip, so you can clean up the underside and still, yeah. You get the idea. Okay, that hand looks really good. So black right there. This hand's looking really good. Super, super vampy. This almost would even have been good for Halloween. Could have made it spooky somehow. Oh, time to change positions. Make sure you're comfy, Beanie. Wouldn't want an uncomfy bean. God, this napkin. I should zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Like I'm the worst part of it, it's not on camera. Let me move it a little bit. little bit of a mess going here. But I mean, that's all. I mean, that's the whole point of cleanup. Like, your manicure looks so much better without that, you know, hanging around your edges. It is very cranberry sauce toned. I'm not a cranberry fan at Thanksgiving, but it is. I mean, it is a Thanksgiving thing. My mom is all about it. Like, even if she goes like during the rest of the year, we go out to eat somewhere, and sometimes she might get a turkey dinner. She's like, "Can I have extra cranberry?" Now I always tease her just a little bit. Got enough cranberry sauce over there? Yeah, I've never tried an oval brush for cleanup. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe an oval brush would be good. I definitely, for me, the slanted was not the thing. I've heard good things about Lantern and Wren too. Oh no, I've got an itch. Want to know what else your cleanup brush is excellent for? I mean, not the brush end, obviously, the other end. Oh, the e.l.f. concealer one. I might actually have one of those in my makeup that I could look at, and there's a little divot there. Might have to fill that in just a tiny bit. I could give it a try and see. Dry, obviously. See if I like it, and if I do, buy another one, because e.l.f. brushes are usually pretty reasonably priced, and I like e.l.f. stuff. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap. Oh, sometimes left-handed cleanup is harder than even like nail art cleanup. Because it's like you've got the eraser in your hand. Like, it's easier to correct a mistake with polish. Like, if I make a mistake with the acetone at this point of the manicure, it's not super easy to just clean up. God, that seems like a lot of... Get out of there. There we go. I should have hit that up with a Q-tip, actually, but it's too late now. We did it. Some other spots here I could benefit from a Q-tip, though. Oops. Okay, they're dry enough that was not a disaster either. Yay, Dr. Crotron. Is that tomorrow then? Paint booth tomorrow? Dr. Crotron, for those that don't know, in addition to being an awesome Hollow Knight player, runner, racer, on Sunday mornings does creative streams where he does Gunpla, and which is like Gundam related model building. And he's been searching for a way to take us with him into his paint booth. And it sounds like the solution is almost fully realized. Oh, you have to try. This is the weekend you have to travel. That's fucking right. Oh, that's so bogus. They're fucking with my Gunpla entertainment. You told me that and I forgot. You told me that there would not be a Sunday or Monday stream because of adult things. So sad. Why you gotta be a doctor, Dr. Crotron? So next Sunday though, then, because that was the last part, right? You've got the camera. You've got the chest harness. And I'm assuming you've been done had all the paint and the plan of what you're going to paint it as. Got to check your paint stock. So what kind of paints do you use for painting the Gundams? I mean, I know you said it was like lacquer-based paint, which, I mean, like means that it dries like real hard, right? Like nail polish, aka nail lacquer. What was that? Odd noise. House is settling. Yeah, I mean they're tiny. Yeah. Like if there's what can you paint that's smaller than like nail art? Well, probably Gundams. Some of that stuff when you were working on it, like the little, the stickers and the tags and the markings. I feel like there's possibly some latex stuck in here. There, like a little tiny goober there. Lacquers, enamels, and acrylics depending on the layer, effect, and technique. Yeah. Well, yeah, because that one article said, didn't it, that the acrylics were better for the hairspray technique? And certain things better than others for the weathering. I think the acrylic was for the weathering. Whether with hairspray or with a toothbrush. I'm getting a little bit too aggressive with cleanup here. Like right, can you guys see right there? It's a little bit harder to see because that's like where the little dark spot on my nail is. But I took off a little bit too much polish there. Let's not get sloppy as we get to the home stretch here. And I mean, I'm not narrating my cleanup because y'all can see what's going on, and it's tedious right now. It's worth it though. I mean, I guess I don't have one that's still really messy, but I mean, it's worth it. Favorite lacquer for metallics that you need to make sure you still have some. Mr. Color. That I like the name because I mean that's what a paint brand should be called. Yeah, it's sometimes, the effects and textures and stuff, it can be very frustrating. So I understand why you were, wanting to make sure you had your quality on point for the painting. Like part of it is just showing like, hey, this is what's going on. Part of it is showing like, this is what's going on. Look at this glitter and sparkle and awesome metallicness. Just barely enough to do the last parts. Good shit. I don't want to rush, but I also don't want to just be here for years and years. I'm trying to view my nails with a realistic eye of how much more cleanup I want to put into these. Because like I said, it's worth it, but at a certain point, like you could almost always just like keep going and keep making minor changes and perfecting things and getting color out of being stuck in your cuticles, which I feel like is the main problem here. There, that's a little better. That cuticle is just rough. Do a little bit more work with the Q-tip here, especially on the underside, like I was talking about, which can happen when you wrap the tips. Especially when you got the sponge, like how I was tapping it into the sponge, because the sponge is kind of touching all points of the nail at that point. Or like, not just the tip, but the nail sinks into it, so. Then we'll we're not top coating next. We're Gilty. We're Gilty next. And then we're top coat. God, what if I'd forgotten Gilty? Well, we just would have had to add it and then add another layer of top coat. Should I continue recording on this? Why not? I'll switch it out for the intro and the outro, but I mean, this is what this manicure kind of takes. So, Gilty is still nice and dispersed, floating around in there, not all clumped up at the bottom. You still got to be mindful when you're applying it. So, yeah, like, yeah. Like when you take the brush out, you can kind of see that you've got some gold on there, and then when you start stroking it on, sometimes you gotta get a little bit creative. Like so. And sometimes just move them around a little bit on the nail to get a somewhat even coverage. Like this. And while at the same time, like I said, trying not to get like a huge thick layer clear, although, I mean, Sèche Vite will of course also help with that. See, even here, I feel like I could use a couple more on the pinky compared to the ring finger. Let's see if, whoa. So, I mean, that could have been worse. God, could I please, for Christmas, can I please, like, be less of a fucking klutzy person? Like, for real? Yeah, so you see, I mean, it's not like a normal polish application. It's most similar to, like, if you have a shaped glitter, I guess I would compare it to. Where you really just gotta kind of, like, even as I dip into the bottle, I kind of swirl it around to try and pick up a good amount of gold flaky particles. There we go. And once they're on the nail, too, you can kind of stroke and move them around a little bit. I like this decision, you guys. I'm pleased. I'm quite pleased with how this is looking. And apparently that's as much as the tutorial's gonna have included. Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's make sure these are out of the way. A lot of times my problem comes when I'm moving to my other hand and I don't realize that the position of the polish bottles are a problem, because they just weren't a problem, but when I switch hands, they can become a problem. Get on there, please. Don't know why the pinky is so hard to get flakes onto. Please get just a couple more on there. Thank you. And all my gold flaky toppers are pretty similar to this. See, I even could use a little bit more here. Can I? Should keep the hands at a similar density of flakiness. Sometimes you might be able to catch a couple in the neck and just pluck them off and dab them. Dab, dab, dab. Yeah, that's fairly similar density. That's fine. Oops, oops. Ooh. Can you see where I smudged the pinky? Right here. And it's like right here. I think I'm just gonna try and get a big piece of gold and dab it right there, and I'm gonna call that fixed. It's I know it's there, and I'll still know it's there, but I can't. I don't have the patience to to do more than that. A unicorn type flaky. That would be really pretty. Like iridescent little pieces in it. Sorry, I'm concentrating so hard to get these properly off of here. Or onto here, I guess I should say. Almost done though. And like I said, it can turn into kind of a glommy layer, but we've got regular top coat to add in a second here, so it'll be fine. Alright, so of course at this point is when you would want to look and see, are you happy with how much gold there is? If you're not, get a little bit more. Dab it on there. Be careful. You've seen me like smudge my nails several times, and I've come close to smudging it several other times, so like sometimes literally you just see like one particular place, you're like, I just want just like one more flake of gold in this particular place right here. That's fine. You can be that picky. Or you can not be that picky. It's your world. That's actually pretty good, yo. That seems like a really good idea. Okay, I'm going to let this sit just for a minute. Of course, Sèche-Vite can be applied over wet polish, but you got to like float it, I guess is the proper term. In this case, I want to let the gold flake set. I don't want the flakes moving around when I start, top coating. We can take this moment to have another wonderful drink of water. And it's just after 5 and I'm almost done here. So the race is at 8, which is in just under 3 hours. So I guess I'm going to join the race because I'm going to have time to cook and eat something. It's so dark. I would hope I can get like a good natural light shot of this because I think that would really help to show off the colors. Oh, it's just... In fact, because I did glom on the gold, I'm just going to make sure there's no other places. I like the cuticle to be pretty clean so that I can also seal in the peel-off base with the top coat. You know what I mean? Well, you probably do because I think I probably talk about it every time. But water is the enemy of the peel-off base. So you want to do your best to keep it away from water. A good way to do that is to seal the whole thing in with top coat. What is this? All right. All right, top coat open. Finally, finishing with top coat, and as usual, I'm using Sèche-Vite. Get as much of this in this clip as possible. Gotta go quickly. Such a messy top coat, you guys. I just glom it right on there. I'm quite happy with this. This isn't quite what I was thinking because I really was thinking stamping. I think I even put stamping. Um, almost, almost got four fingers. Um, I think I even put stamping in the title, but I like this. Sometimes you don't end up where you think you're gonna go, but it's still okay. I mean, this is not just okay. This is better than okay, but in life as well, everyone. Yeah, this is great. I hope this wears well. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have to be messing with these braids, and I'm definitely not gonna want to, or not braids, but well, there's braids under it all, but I'm not sure. The breaks could definitely be a problem for that because that's gonna be a lot of hair manipulation, and we've had that discussion about cracked nails and pieces of hair before, and probably everybody has had that experience of cracked nails and a piece of hair before. So I gotta really think about, I gotta either make sure that these current patches are actually like good patches, or I'm gonna need to wait until they're grown out enough to cut them down a little bit. Hopefully the former, not the latter. This is probably off camera. I apologize. All right. Yeah. It almost, like, if the gold were silver, it almost could be like a really deep sunset sky. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. Burgundy, burgundy and gold, gold topped burgundy gradient. I don't. Sometimes it's obvious. I'm like, oh, this is obviously called blah blah blah. Sometimes it's like, what the fuck am I gonna call this 80 millionth of gradient? I could, maybe that's what I should call it. 80 millionth gradient, burgundy and gold, gilded. Of course, musicale. Of course, or gilted, gilded or gilted. Because we've got, anybody who wasn't here, guilty. Because like when stuff is coated in gold, it's gilt, gilded, gilted, gilded, gilt, whatever. Okay. I need food because I'm starting to like make no sense here. I'm just like repeating words. Not gelded, Dr. Crotron. Gilded. Although it makes me, okay, so I was at my grandma's house and I forget what we were talking about. And I was waiting for an opportunity last night to like use it. And my aunt's like, "Oh, it's like that one saying. Everything's fun and game until somebody loses a wiener." And she's like, remember that t-shirt we got for their brother? Apparently it was, a group of people sitting around a campfire, you pervs, with hot dogs on sticks. And, when you're roasting hot dogs over the open fire, sometimes you might lose a wiener into the fire. So, I'm going to go take a couple pictures of this. Always take, if you're going to take pictures of your manicure, do it right away. You never know when something horrible will happen. Get it done out of the way. Or you never know when you'll just have a senior moment and forget to take pictures of an awesome manicure. Do it right away. I'm going to eat food. And then at 8 o'clock Central Time, in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, there's going to be a Hollow Knight bingo race. As for where to send you guys, we've got Dragon Quest, we've got Nier, or we've got Hollow Knight. What do you guys think? Do you have a preference? This has been a MSLP PSA. Ding. Gonna go shower. Have a good night, Musicale. Oh, decisions. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody apparently has any preferences of where we're going. You're welcome, Doc. I will see you later this evening. I think I will send you guys. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If I don't see everybody before Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful one. Hope you don't argue too much with your family. I'm gonna drop a host to Zephyros, who is currently running the all skills speed run of Hollow Knight. So if you're unfamiliar with Hollow Knight, this is the game I'm going to be racing later, and this is actually probably the run that I'm going to learn when I actually learn like a real run. So thank you all so much for hanging out for this very dark and vampy awesomeness that we did today. Hope you all have a wonderful afternoon or evening, and I hope I'll see you guys all next time.